True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
Dodger fan, take a deep breath. The move we've all dreamed of, the one that makes us the undisputed favorites, is closer than ever. The front office is laying the groundwork for a historic acquisition. Are you ready for the news that will bring Los Angeles to a standstill? Subscribe now, because what I'm about to reveal will leave you speechless. What's up, Blue Nation? Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your channel for the hottest news and in-depth analysis of our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, bringing you a story today that is electrifying our fan base, the Blue Crew. Before we dive deep into this bombshell that could change the course of our season, I need to ask for that usual favor. If you're not yet part of our nation, click the subscribe button now and turn on the bell. That way, you won't miss any exclusive updates and will stay on top of everything happening with our team. Your subscription is crucial for me to continue bringing quality content straight from the most reliable sources in the baseball world. Let's get to it. Now, the topic dominating all conversations in Los Angeles and shaking up the MLB insiders is a big name: Kyle Tucker. Yes, you heard that right. The star outfielder from the Houston Astros is at the center of a whirlwind of rumors directly linking him to a potential trade to our Dodgers. And believe me, where there's smoke, there's usually fire, especially when we're talking about an aggressive front office like ours, always looking to strengthen the roster for the title run. The excitement is palpable. On social media, in forums, everywhere, the Blue Crew is in an uproar about the possibility of adding a generational talent like Tucker to our already stellar lineup. The idea of seeing Kyle Tucker in Dodger Blue at Dodger Stadium is something that stirs the imagination of any fan. We're talking about a player who combines power, speed, and elite defense. A true five-tool player who could be the missing piece to transform a competitive team into a dynasty. The mere mention of his name makes our hearts beat faster, and the anticipation only grows with each passing day, especially with our magic number to clinch a playoff spot shrinking with every win. The regular season is in its final stretch, and the Dodgers, as usual, are showing their strength. Our performance has been solid, consistent, and a postseason berth is getting closer and closer. This success, however, doesn't mean our front office is sitting back. On the contrary, it's precisely at this moment that teams aiming for the World Series make their moves to deliver the final blow, to add that one piece that can make a difference in the decisive moments of October. And that's exactly where Kyle Tucker's name comes in with full force. The possibility of a trade of this magnitude at this stage of the season would be a statement of intent to the entire league, a warning that the Dodgers are not messing around and that the only goal is the title. The speculation surrounding Kyle Tucker doesn't come out of nowhere. It's fueled by a combination of factors that make this trade not only possible, but also extremely logical from a strategic standpoint for the Dodgers. First, let's analyze the player. Tucker is a gold glove right fielder with a powerful arm and impeccable game sense. At the plate, he is a force to be reckoned with. A left-handed hitter with power for 30-plus home runs a season and the speed to steal 20-plus bases. In 2025, he has maintained his extremely high level, being one of a handful of the most productive players in the American League. His ability to hit to all fields, combined with excellent plate discipline, makes him a nightmare for opposing pitchers. Imagine adding a bat like his to a lineup that already features stars like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei Ohtani. It would be, without exaggeration, one of the most feared offenses in recent baseball history. Tucker's versatility is also a point to be highlighted. He can play any of the outfield positions masterfully, which would give our manager Dave Roberts incredible flexibility in setting up the defense and lineup according to the needs of each game. Furthermore, his arrival would allow other players to be used more strategically, maximizing the potential of the entire roster. The question is, what would the Astros want in return? A trade for a player of Tucker's caliber would require a significant package of prospects. We're talking about some of our top young talents, maybe one or two established players from the major league roster, names like Gavin Lux, who has had a season of ups and downs, or some of our promising minor league pitchers would certainly be on the negotiating table. The Astros front office knows the value of the asset they have and wouldn't let him go for cheap. However, our farm system is one of the strongest in the league, and we have the pieces needed to make an offer they can't refuse. The big question our front office, led by Andrew Friedman, needs to answer is whether the immediate impact of Tucker on our 2025 title hunt is worth the long-term investment in our prospects. And in my opinion, the answer is a resounding yes. Windows of opportunity to win the World Series don't stay open forever, and when you have the chance to add a player who can be the difference maker, you have to seize it with both hands. The Blue Crew yearns for another title, and a bold move like this would be proof that the organization shares that same burning desire. Despite all the optimism and excitement that the potential arrival of Kyle Tucker generates, it's my duty as an analyst to also bring a note of caution and look at the full picture. Not everything is rosy in Chavez Ravine. Recently, we were hit with some concerning news. One of our all-star players was placed on the injured list. This absence at such a crucial moment of the season raises serious questions about our roster depth and our ability to overcome adversity down the stretch. Injuries are part of the game, but when they happen so close to the playoffs, the impact is amplified. The front office is undoubtedly aware of this challenge, and it might even be one of the factors driving the search for a major reinforcement like Tucker. His arrival would not only fill any gap left by the injured player, but also strengthen the team as a whole, creating a greater margin of safety to deal with unforeseen events. The Dodgers' ability to adapt and overcome these injuries will be a decisive test for our title aspirations. History shows us that champions are not just the most talented teams, but also the most resilient. How our roster responds to this adversity will say a lot about our potential in the postseason. Will our role players be able to step up? Will our coaching staff find the tactical solutions to minimize the impact of this absence? These are questions that only time will answer, but they add a layer of urgency and drama to this final stretch of the season. And it is in this context that the negotiation for Tucker becomes even more fascinating. He wouldn't just be a luxury, but a strategic necessity, a move that could shield the team against the unexpected and maximize our chances of success in October. The trade window is closing, and the next few weeks will be decisive. The Dodgers front office is at a crossroads, and the decision they make could define our destiny in 2025. The potential trade for Kyle Tucker represents a watershed moment for the Dodgers this season. On one hand, we have the unique opportunity to add one of the most complete players in baseball to an already star-studded roster, creating a super team with the potential to dominate the postseason. Tucker's impact would be immediate, both on offense and defense, and his presence would elevate our status as favorites. On the other hand, the cost of such a trade would be extremely high, requiring the sacrifice of young talents who represent the future of the organization. Furthermore, the recent injury to one of our key players adds extra pressure, making the search for reinforcements an even more pressing need. The front office must carefully weigh the pros and cons, assessing whether the short-term gain justifies the long-term investment. Now, I want to hear from you, the Blue Crew, the soul of this team. What are your thoughts on this potential trade? Do you believe the front office should go all in to bring Kyle Tucker to Los Angeles, even if it costs some of our top prospects? Or do you prefer a more cautious approach, trusting in the strength of our current roster to overcome the challenges and pursue the title? Leave your opinions in the comments below. I read them all and make sure to reply. If you want to keep receiving the latest news, exclusive analysis, and inside information about our Los Angeles Dodgers, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here at True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, you always hear it first.